What if I told you New York was once a tiny Dutch village?
Long before New York existed, Manhattan Island was home to the Lenape people. They lived here for thousands of years, hunting forests,
Fishing rivers, and trading peacefully across the region. The Lenape knew every river, forest, and trail. Nature provided everything they needed, and the island flourished under their care. Everything changed in 1609 when English explorer Henry Hudson sailed into the magnificent harbor while searching for a route to Asia. Hudson's journey revealed a valuable natural harbor and opened the door for Dutch merchants eager to expand their global trade. In 1624, the Dutch West India Company established a permanent settlement on Manhattan, laying the foundation for New Amsterdam.
Just 2 years later, New Amsterdam officially became the capital of the Dutch colony known as New Netherland.
The settlement was named New Amsterdam after the Netherlands' famous capital, reflecting Dutch ambition in the New World.
Its strategic harbor quickly made New Amsterdam one of the most important trading centers in North America.
In 1626, Governor Peter Minuit acquired Manhattan from local Native Americans in exchange for trade goods valued at about 60 Dutch guilders.
Over time, the story became famous as the 60-guilder purchase of Manhattan, turning into one of the most well-known moments in American history. New Amsterdam grew rapidly. Merchants from Europe, Africa, and the Caribbean brought goods, languages, and cultures to this young colonial town. Fur trading became the colony's economic engine. Beaver pelts from North America were shipped across the Atlantic to Europe. As prosperity increased, new homes, churches, markets, and defensive walls transformed the small settlement into a thriving colonial town. One protective wall was built along the colony's northern edge. Centuries later, that location became the world-famous Wall Street.
In 1647, Peter Stuyvesant became Director General of New Netherland. He strengthened the colony with stricter leadership, improved defenses, and expanded public works.
But powerful England had its eyes on this prosperous Dutch colony. A dramatic turning point was about to change its future forever.
By 1664, New Amsterdam had become a prosperous trading city. Its busy harbor and growing wealth attracted the attention of one of Europe's greatest powers, England.
In September 1664, 4 powerful English warships sailed into the harbor and demanded the city's surrender. Governor Peter Stuyvesant wanted to fight, but many citizens feared destruction and preferred a peaceful solution. Without a major battle or widespread bloodshed, New Amsterdam peacefully surrendered to the English on September 8, 1664. The English renamed the city New York in honor of James, the Duke of York, who later became King James II of England. Although the rulers changed, Dutch traditions continued to influence the city's language, architecture, trade, and everyday life for generations.
Under British rule, New York expanded rapidly into one of the most important commercial ports in North America.
But an even greater chapter was approaching. The American Revolution would soon place New York at the center of history once again. By 1775,
Tensions between Britain and its American colonies had reached a breaking point. Revolution was no longer just an idea, it was becoming reality.
in 1776, New York became the stage for one of the largest military campaigns of the American Revolutionary War.
General George Washington fought to defend the city, but British forces eventually captured New York after fierce battles.
For nearly 7 years, New York remained under British control, becoming the center of British military operations in North America. When the war ended in 1783, British troops finally departed. New Yorkers celebrated as the city welcomed a new era of independence.
In 1789, New York briefly became the first capital of the newly formed United States under the Constitution.
Although the national capital later moved, New York's influence continued to grow through commerce, finance, and innovation. The young city stood on the edge of an economic revolution that would change not only America, but the world. In 1825, the opening of the Erie Canal connected New York City to the Great Lakes, transforming trade across the young nation. Goods from America's interior now reached New York faster than ever before, making the city the nation's busiest commercial gateway. Wall Street rapidly evolved into America's financial heart, where banks and investors helped shape the nation's growing economy.
Factories, steamships, and railroads fueled the Industrial Revolution, bringing extraordinary growth to New York. Millions of immigrants crossed the Atlantic, dreaming of a better future. For many, New York became the first step toward a new life. Beginning in 1892, Ellis Island welcomed millions of newcomers, becoming one of the world's most important immigration stations.
In 1886, the Statue of Liberty rose above New York Harbor, becoming a lasting symbol of hope, freedom, and opportunity.
By the end of the 19th century, New York had become one of the world's greatest cities, powered by trade, innovation, and the dreams of millions.
In 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge opened after years of engineering challenges, becoming one of the greatest achievements of its time. As the 20th century began, steel skyscrapers transformed New York's skyline into a symbol of modern ambition.
Completed in 1931, the Empire State Building became the tallest building in the world and an enduring icon of New York.
Times Square evolved into the city's brightest crossroads, filled with theaters, businesses, and visitors from around the globe.
Wall Street grew into one of the world's most influential financial centers, connecting New York to the global economy.
On September 11, 2001, New York faced one of the darkest days in its history. The tragedy changed the city and the world forever.
From that tragedy came resilience. One World Trade Center now stands as a symbol of remembrance, hope, and renewal. From a small Dutch settlement called New Amsterdam to one of the world's greatest cities,
New York's story is one of courage, change, and endless opportunity. Its past continues to shape its future.